root chakra. Mooladhara means root and the base. This chakra is the root and base for all our energy. This chakra is related to sex energy. Of course, sex is the only energy which is root for your birth. You are born out of your mother's Mooladhara and father's Mooladhara. All the animals are born out of their parents' Mooladharas. The whole world is product of God's Mooladhara. In India they worship the Mooladhara of Shiva. They call it Shiva Linga. The worship itself is done to the Mooladhara of the God. Because the Mooladhara is the root and the base for the whole existence. We need to understand a little bit about the Mooladhara. Still the song is going on. This chakra is black by too much of imaginations and too much of dreams. By too much of fantasies, this chakra is black. You need to understand a little deeply about this chakra. Around the age of 14, this chakra gets matured. Around the age of 14, if you are male, you are ready to become a father. If you are female, you are ready to become a mother. Physically, you are mature to become a father or to become a mother. But mentally, you are not mature to run a family life or to maintain a relationship. Physically you are mature, mentally we are not mature. I think even at the age of 30 we are not mature mentally. Most of us are not mature even at the age of 30. In the 14 itself your body gets the maturity, but mind is not. Because mind is not mature, naturally society will not allow you to have the relationship. Society will ask you to wait. Society will force you to wait till your mind gets mature. But you are not ready to wait. Even if the society forces you to wait, you are not ready to wait. Your body tries to find some way, some technique, some method to satisfy itself. The substitute is dreams and fantasies. You satisfy yourself by the dreams and fantasies. This is the substitute which we catch to feel the contentment. Of course, from the age of 14 till 21, almost 80% of our thoughts and energy is spent in collecting the imagination and cherishing the dreams, cherishing the sexual fantasies. The problem is if you just enjoy it as a fantasy and forget, then there is no problem. You never get disturbed. You never get disturbed just by enjoying it and forgetting it. Your consciousness never gets disturbed by just enjoying the dreams. The problem is you don't enjoy and forget, you start collecting. You start collecting those memories. You start piling up the best nose, the best face, the best eyes, the best ears, best body structure, best characters. Whatever you cherish, whatever you enjoy, you start collecting everything. Whatever you see from movies, TV, magazine, media, now internet, whatever you collect, all those materials, you start piling it up. That is why the media plays such a major role on the youth, on the youngsters. It plays such a major role. And any advertisement related to youth, directed, pointed towards youth of 14 to 21 will not appear without sex appeal. Any advertisement, whether it is toothpaste or cloth or car, anything, it will appear only with the sex appeal, with the underline of sex appeal, only by the female models. So, everybody knows, especially advertising agencies, they know, if it is recorded, printed in your Mooladhara, you don't forget. You don't forget if it is printed in your Mooladhara. If the idea is printed in your Mooladhara chakra, you don't forget. That's why after seeing advertisements, without even remembering, automatically like a robot, you go to the mall and ask for Lux. You just show your teeth and please give Lux. Why? It is just memories of Mooladhara. You collect whatever possible memories and preserve it in the Mooladhara. If you forget, actually no problem. If you forget how much you enjoy, nothing touches you. Nothing will disturb you. Consciously, you will not have any problem. It is just a life, comes and goes, like a breeze, like a breeze. Like a breeze, it comes and goes. The problem starts when you start storing it. Not even when you start storing it. When you expect the reality to act or to become a replica of your fantasies. When you try to change the reality to suit with your fantasies. When you try to change the reality to suit with your dreams, there starts the whole trouble. Anyhow, between 14 to 21, almost 80% of the energy is spent in collecting the imagination and collecting the dreams. The imagination is one of the important reason. Too much of fantasies is one of the important reason for divorces. Even in India, the divorce rate is 33%. Please understand, I want you to know a fact. I am not telling about America, I am not telling about the West. I am telling about India. In Bangalore, every day 900 marriages are registered and 300 marriages are divorced. Every day, of course, not the same marriages. 900 are registering, 900 couples are getting married and 300 couples are getting divorced every day. This is the ratio. Understand, 900 and 300 means what? 33%.
1 in 3.
1 in 3, but not the same couple. I am telling the ratio. In Bangalore,
It's higher, I heard.
Mm.
It went up to almost 40%. Something. It's up by
Oh.
to about 40%.
I do not know about other cities. I am telling about the Bangalore. But Bangalore is considered to be the crime-free city. Bangalore is supposed to be the crime-free city and low complaints, low problems in the whole India. Even that city shows 33% divorces. Somebody asked me in the meditation camp, what is the reason, Swamiji? What happened to our culture? There was a time of our culture when Rama and Sita, all those ideals are exhibited and those great people have lived. Why? What is the reason for degradation? Why did we degrade? I want to give introduction about Rama and Sita. The story says they both lived happily without even thinking of any other man or woman. It seems Sita never remembered any other man. Rama has never remembered any other woman. That is the story. They are ideal heroes, heroines of India. Ideal couples. Somebody asked me, then why today such a deep degradation? Of course, I told them, Sita has never seen Salman or Shah Rukh in the TV. Rama has never seen Aishwarya in the TV. The problem, of course, I am not degrading the Sita or Rama, but the truth. The problem is, in those times, the imaginations and the fantasies was very less. The layers of imagination, the layers of fantasy was very small. Maximum seeing whom Sita would have created her fantasies. Her father. No other chance of seeing any other male. Maximum she would have seen only the father, Janaka. What maximum fantasy she can create seeing him about her would be? Maximum she can imagine a brave, good, handsome king. If he becomes my husband, if a king who is very brave, handsome, if he becomes my husband, then my life is heaven. That's the maximum fantasy she could have created. And the next, how Rama would have created the fantasies? Seeing only Kaigeyi and Kausalya. What maximum you would have fantasized? The maximum will be, oh, if a beautiful, loving, graceful queen, if she becomes my wife, my life is heaven. That is what he would have fantasized. If you see, the reality and fantasy was matching and merging with each other. All the fantasies of Sita is matching with Rama. All the fantasies of Rama is matching with the Sita. So naturally there is no conflict. Things go hand in hand. Life is very smooth. There is no need for thinking something else, somebody else. There is no need for getting frustrated. But today, from what all the sources you collect fantasies, all possible weird sources, and all possible movies. Simply, especially if you see the Indian movies, I do not know much about the Hollywood movies, but I know a little bit about Indian movies. The villain will be going in the helicopter, hero will go in bullock cart, but he will catch the villain. Villain will be flying in the helicopter, but hero will go in the bullock cart, but he will catch the villain. He will just throw a rope and catch the helicopter, and he will go there to catch the villain. All sorts of weird fantasies you get from the dream sellers. Producers are called dream sellers. Cine producers are called dream sellers. You get all sorts of dreams and fantasies just from these movies and media. Not only you get, you start digesting it, you start collecting it. Then after 21, the next job. What is the next job? Searching for somebody who will fulfill your imaginations. You don't immediately marry. Searching for somebody who will fulfill your imagination. Understand? People always think that you are searching for a life partner. Never think you are searching for a life partner. Never cheat yourself. You search somebody who will fulfill your imagination. You never search for a person who will be your life partner. You always search for a person on whom you can project your fantasies and feel satisfied. All your search is nothing but the search for some screen You want some screen on whom you can project all your fantasies and feel they are fulfilled. And she wants a screen on whom she can project all her fantasies and feel fulfilled. Both of you want only white screens to fulfill your fantasy. But no screen is white because each screen is running its own fantasy. If the screen is white, then you can play your fantasies and see that and feel that they are satisfied and you can enjoy. But that screen is already playing his own movie and he is projecting his fantasy. Not only he is playing, he is projecting. You are also playing, you are projecting. He is also playing and he is projecting. Then the whole thing becomes just mess. Whole thing becomes just a chaos. Between 21 to 28, the search continues. Few intelligent guys, who are really intelligent, they understand fantasies are fantasies, realities are reality. Dreams are dreams, real life is real life. The guys who understand at this moment, before marriage itself, dreams cannot become real life. They are called brahmacharins in the Vedas. They are only called brahmachari means don't think celibate. Brahmacharya has nothing to do with celibacy. The word brahmacharya means living like a god, not celibate. That's an important understanding you should know.